Hey everyone! So, we have all been eagerly waiting for a better way to craft unique and consistent styles, right? Well, Midjourney has just dropped something absolutely amazing. It's the new style reference feature. And let me tell you, after spending an entire day deep diving into it, I must say it's miles ahead of the old style tuner and anything else I have seen before. So today I'm going to walk you through how to leverage this to its fullest potential. So let's dive in. So Midjourney recently made an announcement where they said they were going to release the first test algorithms for consistent styles, and they're calling this the style reference feature. I'm pretty excited about this because making or creating your own unique style based on the inspirations or the mood boards that you have is super helpful, especially in terms of creative work, in terms of ideation and concepting. And they're saying that it works similarly to image prompts, where you give a URL to one or more images that describe the consistent style you want to work with, right? And they are giving a few instructions on how to use it. So at the end of the prompt, you can type this particular parameter, it's called sref, along with a URL to that particular image, right? And then you can also add multiple URLs like they show over here. Plus, additionally, you can provide those reference images, which are URLs over here, its own prompt weights, right? Image weights, sort of. You can provide that as well. And additionally, you can also give a stylization strength to see how significant you want the overall style to affect your image generations. Now, this is pretty cool. So I wanted to give it a try because I have these really cool photographic effects that I want to bring together, and I want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to show it to you in this particular experiment. All right, so for this particular experiment, I wanted to combine three different unique styles that I really love. And the first one is style of freelancing technique. The second one is having that scratched effect on the photo, and the third one is having a kind of porcelain with textural richness and more like a classic elegant Scandinavian kind of style. I wanted to club them all together using this particular style reference technique, right? So my first prompt was 35mm film photography of a beautiful young Danish woman in the style of freelancing technique, right? And this was my parameter, aspect ratio 4:5, styled raw. Styled raw, I always use it to get highly photorealistic results. So that's one of the tricks or one of the parameters to use. And I'm generating it by using Midjourney V6, right? So that was the first effect, raw effect that I wanted to produce. And I got this wonderful results. I really like this second image in particular. So I'm going to use that as one of my style reference, right? So the second effect I was looking for is the scratched photo effect. My prompt was 35mm film photography of a beautiful young Danish woman. So this is common amongst all my prompts because that's the subject image that I'm looking for in the end to combine all of these style together. The effect is scratched photo effect, and the rest of the parameters are exactly the same. So again, some of these examples are wonderful. I can re-roll them until I can find something that I really love. But for this particular demo, I'm going to stick with this image, right? So I'm going to upscale the first image because I do see that it has given me a really good scratched photo effect look in there. I upscaled one of my images from here. This is the second image that I've scaled. Now I've scaled this particular image. So I have those to work with. And the third style that I'm looking for is 35mm film photography of a beautiful young Danish woman in the style of porcelain with textural richness, classic elegance, dark white and light amber, shot on Rolly Prego 90, right? So those are the specific effects that I'm looking for. So this is something unique that I came across while I was experimenting with other photography techniques, and I found this particular prompt works really well for a couple of my clients which I'm working with. I get this particular image, the look of it, this one, the first one and the fourth one. I'm going to rerun this one until I find the right look. So after my rerun, I got this one, and I really love this first photograph. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to upscale that. So now with these three upscales, I have the 3 style references that I can work with, 3 image URLs. So this will be my first one. This will be my second one for the scratched effect on the photograph. This will be my third one, right, for the freelancing technique. So I'm going to combine all of these style together into one unique image. All right, so I've opened up each one of these images in my browser so that I can copy and paste the URL of this, right? So this is my first image. This is my second image, and this is going to be my third image. And I'm going to form a prompt structure for this. So I'm putting it all together in this Notion document. So the URL is, there you go. By the way, the link to this Notion doc, if you want it, in the description below, so you can find the link to this Notion document. So let's move ahead. Let's put this together into one single prompt using the style reference. So I'm going to copy this first URL, and as the recent announcement by Midjourney said, this is the particular format that I gotta use it in. It's going to be --sref, and then I'm going to paste my first URL over here, followed by a weight of 2, and I'm going to copy the second URL, paste it over here, and then the third URL. All right, we have it there. And then I need a base prompt wherein I describe, hey, what is my subject and basic composition. So I'm just going to use this, right? This is the common theme that I want to overlay this particular style on. All right, so we have this prompt structure now defined. I'm going to copy this and now go ahead and use Discord Midjourney to paste this particular prompt. All right, so I'm back on my Discord. I have made some changes to the prompt weights itself based on how much of each of those style effects that I really want in the final image. So this is my final prompt that I'm going to paste over here. So as you see, it's the same subject, the reference subject, and the theme that I'm looking for, 35mm film photography of a beautiful young Danish woman, followed by the formatting for the sref style references that I'm using over here. And I've weighted the prompts to 5, 3, and 2, right? Based on the look and feel I want to have for the final image. I am still going to keep the same aspect ratio and style raw followed by Midjourney V6. All right, so let's go ahead and hit enter. All right, so there we have it. And this is the result. I'm liking the look and feel of this. Although I feel that the effect of the scratch on the film, as you see over here, is a little bit, it feels like there is a layer of glass that has some cracks on it. But otherwise, if you take a look at this particular image, I really like final ambience and the effect that it has produced. And it is a combination of the initial reference style that we have provided it. So let's go ahead and try and experiment a little bit more. So I'm going to copy this, and at this time, I'm going to completely take off scratched film effect, or I'm going to tone it down. Let's say I'm going to reduce the weight to 1. We can do either, right? And let's see how the final thing turns out. So I'm going to do that, and let's hit enter. Similarly, I might want to try a couple of more things. So I'm going to say, paste the same prompt, and let's take this out entirely and see what differences do we get. And there is one last thing I really want to try, which is the entire weight on the stylization itself. I'm going to copy and paste the prompt, and I can decide by adding just another parameter how much of weight do I want to provide to the entire style, to the entire combination of the style over here. And it again works like the stylize parameter from stylize 100 to 1000. And here the parameter is --SW followed by number between 100 and 1000. And for this, let me try something like 500. Let me tone it up a little bit. I'm going to, I have it there, and I'm going to hit enter. All right, so we do have some of our images already being rendered. So this one where I toned down the weight from 3 to 1. And yeah, pretty cool. We do have a couple of weird effects over here because of the scratched film, but I really like the look of this one, the first one, right? I love it. I see how the styles are being combined over here. And here is the second one where I completely removed this second style reference. And yeah, wonderful. I really love this, especially this particular one. I really like that freelancing effect. And here I have the last one. Pretty cool to experiment with these style references and see what kind of results we get. Finally, it's all about exploration and experimentation until you land on something that you can really work with or upscale or enhance from over there. So let's spice this up a little bit, right? I thought of trying to experiment with a new style that I can add to the reference images, the reference style. So I'm going to experiment with UV style photography. So in the style of UV photography, and the rest of my subject, my theme is exactly the same. And I want to try this in the style of UV photography, and let's generate some images. Now I'm going to upscale one of these images, use the image URL, and then put it back together again in our original prompt as a new style reference and see how the effects turn out. All right, so I have my image URL. I'm going back to my Notion doc. I'm going to use the same prompt structure again. As you see, I have the prompt 4 now. I have the image URL as well. So I'm going to use this image URL. This is my new style reference, and I'm going to replace the one in the middle, which is the scratched photography effect, right? So I have changed this particular URL to this image reference. Now I'm going to copy this entire prompt and use it in Discord. So here you go. This is my new prompt, and I'm just going to paste this prompt structure. All right, let's see what we get. All right, so there I have the results, and I'm super surprised. This works so much better than the style tuner, the previous one that Midjourney had released, right? Where the results that you get were not really controllable. There was so many different ways that the results could go in. But here I really have so much more control over the final style and effects. Take a look at this. It's a perfect combination and a good balanced combination of those three effects of photography that I was talking about. I experimented a little bit further in terms of adding like a medium shot, but not really changing the weights, just trying to rerun it to see if I get those consistent results still. And I absolutely love the look of this particular photo. I'm going to upscale this one. Yes, this as well. As you see, I'm really getting that UV effects to pop out as well. In the last one, what I did over here was further boost the overall style parameter, which is I added a SW parameter and boosted it to 750 so that I really get those style effects out. These two images are just absolutely wonderful. So go ahead, give it a try, and I'm pretty sure you can run and create some wonderful photography effects out of this, and probably also come up with some new really cool unique effects, right? So this is awesome. This is an awesome update by Midjourney, so much better than Style Tuner. Go ahead and give it a try.